Okay, so here we have a series of procedures that are supposed to be representative of the greater than or equal to operator. And we're going to be discussing the disadvantages and advantages of each individual block. At first, we have a block that shows if something is greater than or equal to. So first there's an if statement that determines if A is greater than B, which returns true if it's greater. Now we have to discuss whether they're equal to and return true for that as well. So in this else statement, it discusses if they're equal, which returns true and also returns false if they're not equal to. So if it's greater than, and the greater than condition is checked in this block, then the equal to condition is checked in this block, and it's returned true if these conditions are true. And on the other hand, if they're not greater than or equal to, which implies that the number B is less than A, it would return false. And that's kind of a long way to do things, so in my opinion, it works correctly, definitely, and it's not as elegant and not as clear because it's a it's a roundabout way to do things, and it's not as simple as some of these other blocks. Next one, we have another greater than or equal to method, and this simply asks if it's greater than, and returns true, and otherwise it returns the Boolean value of A equals to B. So if it was greater than, it would automatically return true, and if it was equal to, it would still return true, because it's just the value of this. There's no need for this entire statement right here. It just negates the entire thing. And in my opinion, this is more elegant and more simple, but there's an easier way to do it. Next, we have the easiest way and the most simple way, in my opinion, and that is just to return the opposite value of A is less than B. So if A is less than B, that means for sure you know that it's not greater, A is not greater than or equal to B. So you can just return the value of that Boolean operator. And in my opinion, that is the most elegant, simple, short, and clear way to do this. This is the most clear way to do it, in my opinion. Next, you have another one that checks if A is greater than B, although this is a really roundabout way because it returns if A is greater than B. So if this case is true, it'll return true, or it'll return if A is equal to B. This is definitely more clear than this one, the first one, but it's not as clear as this third one, in my opinion. It's not as short and elegant. Finally, we have one last block that examines the validity of a statement. The statement asks, is today Tuesday? And it waits for an answer. And if the answer is yes, in the first if statement, as shown right here, the program says that Mary Chung's is closed today, depending on the answer. If it's not Tuesday and the answer is no, it says Mary Chung is open today, meaning that Mary Chung is open every single day except for Tuesday. On the other hand, if nothing is returned at all, the program says you didn't answer yes or no, implying that the value of the answer is null and nothing has been said yet. This, once again, we will examine the correctness. It is completely correct. It also examines whether there is a value or not in there. So 100% of the time, the output will be correct. The steps are clear. It's not as short as it could be. There are other ways to do it. And it works well. It's pretty clear.